What's going on, guys? Didn't even know I was recording yet. Beautiful day. I've just been sat in the services. I'm doing a job for my dad today. This is kind of the work I was doing before. I don't know if that camera angle is any good. We're just going to run with it. This is the kind of work that I was doing for my dad before. So I was delivering cars across the UK or collecting them. Today, I can't get my words out, too many carbs. Today I've collected a car in Kent, or near Kent, a place called Ashbourne. Was it Ashbourne? I don't think it was Ashbourne, because I think Ashbourne's a lot closer to Nottingham, which is where I'm from. Anyway, went to collect a car, Jaguar I-Pace, that's what I'm in right now. We've been collecting a lot of these recently. Do you know what? As much as it can be a nightmare right now, I'm charging the car. As much as it can be a nightmare to charge a lot, you're only really going to have to charge on a long journey. So obviously from London, I'm going to have to charge a lot. And I think these are like 5 to 6 grand. I mean, I know that's a lot of money. I don't have 5 to 6 grand in the bank right now. But if you was to get a car, like for the money, this car is lovely. You've got the whole glass roof, obviously fully electric. There's a full screen down here. It's very luxurious for a for 5, 6 grand. It does say error charging status. Anyway, I've just been people watching, had some lunch in the services. If anyone's from England and you go to services and you can never get a healthy option, they have these things recently called fresh food cafes. Now, they're not in every single one, but the ones that you can find, in fact, I'll put a picture here of it. The ones that you can find with the fresh food cafes, honestly, they're banging. They've got like fresh chicken, full English. I got a jacket potato and tuna. You can get jacket potato and beans. Jacket potato with whatever you want on it. I'm wondering why it says charging status error. It's a little bit annoying. Luckily, I've got enough mileage to get back, so if it doesn't carry on charging for a while, I'll just get going back. I've got about 100 miles left, 144 miles in the tank, so that will do. Anyway, yeah, I've just been watching people in the services, just people watching. It's really interesting. We're all quite strange. I know I'm probably quite strange to certain people, but just watching people, the way that they act is quite weird. I've been watching a few podcasts about psychedelics. For anyone that doesn't know, I used to do not a massive amount of psychedelics, but I've had a few mushroom trips. Never taken LSD, never done DMT. It's something I'd consider for sure, not LSD, I'm not really too sure on that. DMT I'd consider. Ayahuasca I'd consider potentially with the right shaman. But I think there's also a lot of risk to it, and I don't think your psyche is nothing to be played around with. But why did I start speaking about psychedelics? So many people are stuck in a pattern. I see people, and I know you shouldn't judge people, but I see people walking around and they can barely hold their belly up. I'm thinking, if you just had some form of psychedelics to actually understand and take a step out your own body and think, wow, I let myself get like this, because we're all stuck in these crazy habits. All a habit is literally just a loop, a reward system for dopamine. I've smoked for many years. I still use nicotine pouches every single day, probably 5 to 10 a day. And obviously I don't smoke anymore as much. I have the occasional cigar. But the reason why I'm talking about that is so many of us are stuck in these patterns. And I want you to know that I've come from them same patterns. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm sure people are sick of me saying this, but I was an ex-drug addict, ex-alcoholic, 1 year sober today. But let me not go on a rant about that. We'll speak about that soon. Yeah, my brain's all over the place today. Struggling to... Too much carbs. If people just took a step out their own body and looked at themselves, maybe the way that someone else can see them. Maybe someone sees me with my tattoos and think, what the fuck have you done to your body? Maybe someone sees me in the gym and thinks, man, you're so vain. So we can all have different perspectives. Now, I don't want to be the one who's just sat here judging everyone, or you're so judgmental, but it's hard not to. When you see someone barely able to walk because of how fat they are, it's hard not to think, wow, how did you get like that? But I understand. If you saw me 2 years ago at 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning, you'd probably think, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? I got in some serious states. I couldn't see it then, but if I was a member of staff at a bar looking at me at 3 a.m. in a club or a bar, and I'm there like that, going, oh, I need another drink, please, mate. Probably think, well, you don't need another fucking drink. But that's the state we get ourselves into. It's insane. The reason why I spoke about the psychedelics is because if you could just take yourself, and this is what psychedelics do, they almost take yourself out of your body to see yourself from a non-biased perspective. People would understand that they've let themselves go way too far. I think psychedelics can be massively powerful. Am I saying they're for absolutely everyone? Of course not. Am I saying they don't come without massive risks for your brain? Of course not. But when I first took mushrooms, I had this ego death. I was probably about 17, 18. I thought I was the man. I had a car. I was smoking weed all the time. I was drink driving. I thought I was the man. And for, let's say, 3 months after that, I really calmed down a little bit. I was like, for starters, it's dangerous drink driving. I shouldn't be smoking weed all the time. The mushrooms, believe this or not, if you've ever taken mushrooms or any psychedelics, you'll understand. But I kept hearing this thing. It was like, stop smoking weed, stop smoking weed, stop smoking weed. Funnily enough, I knew the 7 to 8 years that I was smoking weed that it did me no good. It made me paranoid. But we just brushed them things off into the subconscious. And that is what most psychedelics, they bring that to the forefront. So anything you've been burying, whether it's trauma, whether it's just simple things like I need to quit smoking, but you brush it off in your day-to-day life, it's going to bring that to the forefront. And that's why so many people have bad trips. Now, am I saying that every bad trip is just a realization? No. People are obviously, some people are going to have very bad times on psychedelics. But I think a lot of these people's bad trips are just things they've been hiding from themselves in the back of their head. It then brings that to the forefront and it shocks them of who they actually are, the reality they've actually created for themselves. Psychedelics can be super powerful. Anyway, I've gone from ranting about fat people, and again, nothing against someone who's fat. Like, I feel happy being like that, but I see some of the look on these people's faces and they just look a little bit empty. And for me, someone who I feel like I'm overly empathetic, I really genuinely feel sorry for people. Genuinely. Not from a position of power, a position of I'm better than you. A position of I want you to be the best version of yourselves possible. And that's exactly why I started this YouTube channel. I'm, believe it or not, an extremely sensitive person. I feel like I feel emotions on a much deeper level than a lot of people. And it can be overwhelming, and I've spoke about this before. That's one of the reasons why I felt like I numbed myself with drugs and alcohol, because I can find the world at times extremely overwhelming. And I'm sure many people can relate with that. I just want to see you guys doing the best. That's why I've had a little rant. It wasn't even a rant. It was just saying I've seen a couple people in there overweight. They look a little bit empty. They look a little bit unhappy with their lives. They walk past me eating reasonably healthy food. It made me laugh. I see a lot of people look at the healthy menu and then they carry on to KFC. They grab their KFC or McDonald's and they walk back past me. And I'm eating obviously healthily, and they got this KFC and they looked at the menu of the food that I'm eating, and you kind of see this look on their face, a little bit guilty, like probably should have gone for the healthy option. And again, that's not me saying I'm better than anyone else. I feel like shit if I eat fast food, but guess what I'm gonna do tomorrow? I'm gonna go and eat some fast food for my cheat meal. I'm not against anyone enjoying themselves, but are you actually enjoying yourselves if you're eating shit fast food every single day? Are you enjoying looking in the mirror when you're severely overweight? maybe I say it in the wrong tone, but for me, I really needed someone to be straight up with me. My girlfriend was the harshest person in my life when I was addicted to drugs and alcohol. She'd say, "You look ill." You know, and that might seem harsh, but guess what? That's what I fucking needed, because they're the things that stuck. Them nights I was coming down off cocaine and alcohol in my bedroom, and I scrolled through messages in my feelings and saw, "You look ill. You're like a drug addict. You need to calm down." She said that from a place of, yes, it sounds horrible, but she said that from a place of, I want to see you do better. And they're the things what clicked for me. So when I say it in this manner, when I say it in this tone, it's genuinely just to wake you up. Hence why I mentioned psychedelics. Hence why I mentioned that I'm nowhere, I don't think I'm anywhere above people. In fact, in my own brain, I am very hyper analytical, hyper sensitive, hyper analyzing myself, because I'm very self-critical. So I don't ever want anything. I always say this, and people still have shit to say. So honestly, I don't care what you say, but I want people to understand that I don't say this from a position of ego. I don't say this from a position of I'm better than you. Anyway, 1 year sober. Can't really believe it, to be honest. It's also I'm in two positions now. I can't believe it. It seems unrealistic saying it, and it seemed unrealistic at the time when I was trying to get sober. I remember walking into my first AA meeting, and I heard people saying, "Oh, I'm 3-4 months sober," and I thought that's crazy. I wish I could do that. And then I got 3-4 months sober, and I was like, "Oh, feels normal, amazing, great, life's good." But it didn't feel like the way that when I saw someone else do it, when I saw someone else say 1 year sober, 3 months sober, 6 months sober, it felt amazing to see them do that. Whereas for me, personally, achieving that goal for me, it wasn't as, I don't know, it's just quite, is what it is. It's great, yeah, but it's not like, here's your medal now, you've made it 1 year, everyone's got balloons around me. It's not like that. It's genuinely just a peace of mind to know that, man, I'm so much better than I was than a year ago today. A year ago today, my girlfriend had moved back in. She moved out at the time for reasons I won't go into, but she moved out, we fell out, she moved out. She moved back in, and I thought, that's it, I've sorted my life out. And then I still carried on using the drugs and alcohol. And this day, last year, I walked back into my bedroom where my girlfriend was sleeping. I'd been at the pub using cocaine and alcohol on my own all night. And I got back in my bed and I just thought, what the fuck are you doing? You lost your girlfriend and thought that was the reason. You lost your girlfriend for using drugs, basically. And she came back because you played this facade that you sorted your life out. When she was meeting back up with me, I kind of played it like, yeah, I've got it all figured out now. And maybe she thought, yeah, maybe you do. Maybe she fell for it. And I was a lot better than I ever had been before. Even though I was still using drugs and alcohol, I was a lot better than I had been in the past. It was coming to an end. Anyway, I got back in my bed this night last year. I couldn't sleep because I'd taken cocaine on my own. I was drunk. I just thought, you got everything back you ever wanted, and you still carried on destructing and destroying, which is only then going to push her away again. My mental health was torn. I was at the lowest point I'd probably ever been, in a way. Like I said, I was in a lot worse situations before, but it's like my life had got better, but I still carried on using. I just thought, if things are improving and you're still using, then how bad or better does it have to get to the point where you stop? And I just thought, that's it. I think I said to her, actually, she recommended to go to AA years before, and I never took it seriously. I think I said to her, I think I woke up in the morning. I don't think I told her I was using cocaine on my own. till probably 3 months later. I think I said to her in the morning, I said, I'm going to go to AA tomorrow because I'm struggling. And she appreciated that, and she's been so appreciative since. So Kaya, if you're watching this, I appreciate that. But anyway, a year sober. Like I say, I only say these things about psychedelics, about being a little bit overweight, to help you from a position of, I feel sorry for you, I want to be a little bit harsh, so it actually makes you want to change. But guys, appreciate you all. 1 year sober. We made it. And yeah, I'm going to take this car off charge now. Drive home, have some oats, have some yogurt, get to bed. Probably have some fast food and put a bit of weight on tomorrow. Guys, appreciate you all. See you, I think it's day 304 of making a YouTube video every single day. I'm not sure what the title of this video is, because I could put 1 year sober, I could put psychedelics will change this in your life, who knows? But if you're watching this video, you know what the title is, and I appreciate you watching. If this helped you in any way, again, don't think I'm being harsh. I just want to wake you up. Don't think I'm putting you down. I do it to help you. But if you are watching this video, don't forget to subscribe. Anyone who's subscribed, I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. And like and comment if you've got any questions. See you in tomorrow's video.